Welcome back to the July music review. First of all, I want to say subscribe, because what are you doing with your life? I'm confused. Second of all, I will be on vacation this week, so there will only be one video, and then next week it'll return to normal with Red Dead and The Sims 4. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I do have, for this one, I have some updates, and I have regular music, and I think all the music from this review will be from July. It will all be from July, which I don't think has ever happened in the history of me doing reviews. So for the first one is Wild Side by Normani featuring Cardi B. I knew this song reminded me of Aaliyah, and I found out after reading the comments on the music video that it samples an Aaliyah song. It also feels like she was slightly inspired by Aaliyah's style. Her vocals and use of choreo are very reminiscent of her. The fashion and cinematography is impeccable. You know I love a good look. Okay, I think my favorite look is the airplane one. I usually think leopard print looks cheap, but when she wears it, of course, it looks great. The set design of the music video was also amazing. Each scene felt like you were stepping into a different universe. The song itself is female sexuality at its finest. She's demanding, not asking. I love the way she drags out each line. It's intoxicating and sensual, yet soft and feminine. The use of onomatopoeia is perfectly placed and such a great inclusion. You know, when she goes like doom doom doom. You know what I'm talking about. Of course, Cardi B was an obvious feature for this song. She breaks down what she wants and how she wants it. Once again, not asking, she's demanding it. I'm sure someone out there is complaining about how lewd Cardi B's verse is, but I love this new wave of female artists, especially female rappers, expressing their sexuality through the art of music. Something that is typically frowned upon, especially whenever women talk about it, or when sexuality is discussed in general, is typically through a male lens, is now being unapologetically explored by women, and it's beautiful. Overall, Normani gives a strong, bold, feminine yet soft and sensual performance that is memorable and just simply an amazing song. Like, I can't stop listening to it, it's addictive. The second song is Permission to Dance by BTS. I have some words for this one. Like I said in my Red Dead video, I have some words for this one. The song, okay, not BTS. BTS are angels, okay? I love BTS, okay? But the song, we gonna have to talk about this one, okay? Just thinking about it makes me sad. I'll get into my true issue with why I dislike the song, but first, I'll tell you my review of the song itself. I think the lyrics are basic. An optimistic song about how COVID's gonna end, and blah blah blah. I really agree with D'Angelo Wallace's review of the song, even as a hardcore BTS fan. The auto-tune takes away from the uniqueness of each of their voices. They end up just kind of blurring together and they don't really sound like themselves. It also makes the words they're saying less clear, and I don't believe that's their accents because, first of all, BTS has proven that they can pronounce English words really well, and second of all, I would never criticize their accents because that's just kind of poopy. And I also agree with D'Angelo Wallace's review or criticism that if you want to introduce BTS to a wider international audience, then wouldn't you want to give them the best of BTS? Like, literally RM knows English. All you have to do is have him write you a song. Like, he wrote all the other songs that were great. Why don't you just have him write you another one? It doesn't make any sense at all. Overall, the song itself is generic and boring, and literally anyone else could have done it. If you're a BTS or a K-pop fan, you know that a common criticism of BTS is that over the past few years, they've become super westernized, which I've never agreed with, because even though they've tried to introduce themselves to a wider international audience, they've always stayed true to their experience and talked about their emotions themselves, what they've been going through. They've never lost themselves, even though they've tried to introduce themselves to an international audience. And it's not that I agree with that criticism now, it's just that I think that BTS has succumbed to what the American music industry wants them to sound like. Now, I just want to preface that BTS is one of my favorite musical artists, and everything that I'm saying is out of love. BTS has lost what made them BTS. These past few songs since Dynamite have been repetitive and bland. I even felt that in their last album, B, back in November. I read a few articles and it seems like since the success of Dynamite, their company has been trying to push them to get more radio plays. Also, a lot of this is just my educated guess. I'm of course not an HYBE employee or BTS themselves, so I wouldn't know what the plan is, what all this means. This is just what I've been going off of and doing slight research. I do also find it interesting that after Big Hit made this change in the structure of their company, that BTS also had this shift of just doing English singles. But honestly, I'm lost. I could throw out educated guesses of the situation all video long, but I'm super lost, honestly. I think what scares me the most is not knowing how long the shift will last, because it's been going on for nearly a year. Like, Dynamite was released last August. Is it temporary, or is this a forever decision to switch BTS to English songs only? I don't know, which I can admit kind of bothers me. I was thinking that maybe it was because BTS's like ever-changing military schedule. They didn't really know when they're gonna get sent off, but Jin was confirmed to have his military service delayed at the beginning of this year, so I don't think that's a plausible theory. Really, what worries me the most is how the members are feeling about this. The beauty of BTS's music is that it's made by them, especially RM. I wonder how he's feeling about this. That man is a creative genius, and he's always expressed that he wanted to stay true to himself. So I remember he said that he would never do an English album, which this isn't an English album, of course, but it's almost a mini album, okay? 2 more songs, and it'll be a mini album. So I'm getting a little worried. I just don't want them to feel like they have lost control over their art. I know in 2014 they gained control over the creative control over BTS, so I don't want them to feel like they've lost what they obtained, so long ago. I just think that the shift leaves a question mark in BTS's career. Their company wants them to achieve long-term international success, but at what cost? The next review will be of Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. As someone who thoroughly enjoyed When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, I was highly anticipating this album. However, this album didn't quite live up to Billie's potential as an artist. And I don't say that to spite her, but more as her past work has shown, she can do better than Happier Than Ever. But before I get into why I particularly don't like this album, I'll start off on a positive note. A few songs I like were Your Power, Billie Bossa Nova, and Everybody Dies. I've already done a review on Your Power, but over the time it's been released, I've grown an affinity for it. It has beautiful vocals and shows the true range of Billie's voice, while also incorporating an important message. Billie Bossa Nova has a perfect balance between Billie's lower register and her head voice. I love that it tells a story, and it's a topic I've never really seen Billie explore. There's just something intriguing about it. It keeps you wrapped up in what else she has to say throughout the song. When I saw Everybody Dies title, I knew I would love it, or I would be interested in it, at the very least. Another song that shows Billie's beautiful voice and explores an interesting topic. I feel like all the songs I liked from this album had one element in common, and that was vocal progression. I preach about vocal progression because I truly and honestly think that it is what keeps songs interesting, and it helps to convey a range of emotions. Like, typically whenever you are in a situation, you aren't just going to feel one emotion about something. It's going to be complicated a lot of the times, and I feel like that's what all those songs show, is wide range of emotion through vocals. Now to move on to Happier Than Ever. I like that the song has this old-timey sound with the slight muffle on the audio and the guitar in the background. I also like that the song doesn't have the natural flow or pattern that songs typically have. It's just Billie spewing whatever she wants to say. The song has several elements to it that I think could eventually make me like it more, but the switch to the rock style at the end, it kind of lost me. I also was close to liking Male Fantasy because I liked how it told a story just like Billie Bossa Nova, but it eventually lost me as well. Overall, the album has beautiful vocals, good production, but similar to my criticism of Hers Back in My Mind album, it has a lot of songs on it, but a lot of them are average. For me, it just lacked the same creativity as her past work, but I also think it reflects the point that she is at in her life, so it's this weird love-hate relationship because I can respect it for what it means for Billie, but it also is just average. The next song that we have is, and the last song before the updates, is Life Is a Bee by BB. You know I had to include at least one K-pop song that I liked. I had to do a bit of research for what the song actually meant into the lyrics themselves. The song and music video carry this message of how we try and chase after things in our life. We also feel pressure to achieve things at a certain time, and we run ourselves rampant trying to achieve them. The lyrics compare this chase to a toxic relationship. It's kind of funny how many things you can compare to a toxic relationship. A lot of us have this desire to stray away from that societal pressure, but yet something keeps pulling us back onto it. We blame the world, spiritual entities, we blame anyone or anything to take the blame off of us. See, this is the beauty of K-pop, okay? Introspective songs that have a great production and great use of sound. Speaking of production, BB's just randomly throwing in the B word in between the choruses and verses was just simply enjoyable. It's very much her typical style of smoothly produced, almost soft hip-hop that tends to punch in the chorus. Incredible rhythm and melody throughout the song. Another amazing song from her this year. Now to move on to our updates. We started off with Back in My Mind by her. I don't know if listening to this song or this album in my headphones affected my original review, but after making my video, I listened to all the songs I liked in my headphones, and baby, okay. My ears were ready to explode. And I originally criticized Back in My Mind, the song, for having a lackluster feature and not really incorporating Ty Dolla $ign, but the simplicity of that feature with the runs and harmonies is what makes it amazing. The Ty Dolla $ign is almost echoing her thoughts, and his lines are haunting. The song is sensual and captures that craving that her has for her subject. She wants to be wanted so bad by someone who she fears has possibly moved on without her. Trauma is hands down the best song out of the four. It's truthful, honest, and blunt. Once again, Corday contributes a great deal to the song, but unlike my original review, I think that her contributes just as much. Her anxiety and testimony of fear, you can feel it consuming her in the song. Both Corday and her are fed up with dishonesty and lies, and they just want to get straight to the truth. Bloody Waters and Process were also amplified when I listened to them in headphones. Her vocal performance in Bloody Waters is just absolutely delicious. And once again, Thundercat is an amazing feature. In just these 4 songs alone, there's versatility and tempo, style, and message. It honestly makes me consider if I misjudge the rest of the album. If I have any more updates, though, I'll put that in a future video. And for our last update, we have Planet Her by Doja Cat. Honestly, there wasn't much more I liked from this version of the album except Night featuring Eve. I love this Latin-inspired guitar as the instrumental. It kind of reminds me of Maria, Maria. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for that. I'm losing my voice, Jesus. But it's simple but sexy. Doja Cat's vocals are innocent yet sensual. It feels like she's directly convincing her listener. I don't know, her vocals just have this pull. It's seductive and hypnotic, and Eve's verse is the highlight of the song. She's such a talented artist. It honestly makes me really sad that she doesn't make music anymore. Her flow is exceptional and strong. She knows her place in this relationship and the control she has over this man, and she's not afraid to express it. Overall, I've been listening to this album non-stop. There's nothing else I really wanted to listen to, so while I'm here, I might as well talk to you about a few of my favorites from the album. Starting at the top with Woman. I love an anthem about the beauty of femininity in women. It feels like this song was like a love letter to all women out there. And she even expresses how women aren't appreciated by men, even though they can do amazing things with our bodies and our minds, and we're just more capable than people give us credit for. Simply a beautiful message, incredible flow, and it even has like this slight African twist to it. Next is Been Like This. It's haunting and pessimistic in its tone. The beat drop in the chorus is perfectly placed after the simplicity of the verses. The production flows beautifully, creating a story through the notes and changing vocal patterns. When she screams, "Thank God I ain't been like this," I felt that. Okay, I felt that. Lastly is Alone. It's very similar to Been Like This in style. Vocal heavy song that's pessimistic. I don't know, it's simple, but I end up wanting to listen to it over and over. Then there's Options, Ain't Ish, and Naked, which are some of my favorites, but I don't have elaborate language to express what makes them effective. Overall, the songs feel too short, and I want more. Okay, you hear me, Doja Cat. But that's a good thing, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Once again, like I said, only one video this week, but next week it'll resume to normal. Subscribe. What are you doing with your life? That'll be all for this video. Have a good day. Okay, bye.